Abom ana esibo so Dennis Miracle finally akasa on EOCO freezing the asset. Yes, stolen car or take care mana oko EOCO. Any yes what stolen car no you go hey now here a charge that so o samba EOCO a car with you stolen car. Wakasa on that matter too. Now move kaya every people lose the election on OKFM. Here Adomako Baafi, no your deputy director of communications, not the Dennis, not the boss, literally, not Dennis, because Dennis was the one handling the communication of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia MPP campaign in 2024. What's Sika? Sika D. Campaign Sika in a brand TFI. Some of the kind of crew, Dennis are responded. But I have noticed that people have taken issue with Dennis on the response. No? But you see, they not Dennis something happened after Okasawi, you know. I could MP by. And this done, I wanted to put the video in, but I decided not to put it in after some thought. But I also asempa from TikTok, I can't comment on it and it. Exactly what he said is exactly that has come true. And I also have a few things to share with my senior, Dennis. And I think that the answer he gave, Mimi, you said, is a brilliant answer. And I like his disposition. I like his disposition. I'll tell you why I'm saying all these things. And then Dennis Walker, in response to all these happenings to him, affecting the campaign, and I say affecting the campaign, the psyche to saying, in this video. It's my sure subscribe. I'm subscribe and click the bell notification. The video be to be no it's my you have a comment. Feel free leave that comment in the comment section. We are make sure so back home assess. Or send 15,000, 20,000, 40,000 pounds, dollars. Back Ghana say any project amount. O feedback na hwehwe invoice bi a unhu ni yie. Upo bi obekọ po ntimi nkọ. Obeye sa checks nyina amount. Alhaji ampaso mbeji 50 bags of cement. Alhaji ampasa iron sheet no mbeji nte na tie. Back home access beji say adwuma ni nyina ma. Opeso bi kwhwe oba o school. Okọ oni teachers ni ko din komo. Akra ne ye ene hwenkwala na emu ye no school ni bibia. Back home access. They are like your errand boy. Just call them and they will do everything for you. Now, this week any better say EOCO freeze Dennis Miracles asset. A dime bear me and son asase or latte. On Satoso, the bank account, about 5 different bank accounts on Satoso. And now, then it's called PMS Press or near advancements. I want you to listen keenly. Then there be a mechanic, a bar. A analysis be on the matter.
I remember after I believe you were released from EOCO's, custody, you made a post, I believe on Facebook, where you talked about the timing of your arrest, almost coinciding with your declaration of running for this particular office. You think there's something?
Drop that. I mean, you see, I have deliberately decided not to engage in the media conversation around this whole EOCO thing. Evans, I'm very young, like you said, but at least I've been doing active politics for 23 years. I've seen a lot. I've learned a lot. I have served. I have arranged chairs, clean tables of big men. And within that period, I learned a lot of things. Let's allow state institutions to do their work. State institutions are doing their work within the rights, within the space of the law. At the same time, I also, as a citizen, also have some protections and some rights within the law. Let's allow that to play out. I am not going to feed on the media sensations and all the lies and speculations. And every day I see a new thing. Every day they prepare a new flyer. None of the things you see in the news, and I'm happy multimedia is not reporting these things. None of them you see in the news are actually part of what is being discussed at EOCO between EOCO and I. I've heard you on Asempa make the point. I took time to explain that there was no discussion around 50 million. But subsequent to that, the Deputy Attorney General is on record to have said that those claims are wrong. I've made my point. I'm not going into those things again. I'm sure eventually, you see, 23 years gives me a lot of experience to know that in politics, forget about the tempera or the moments of the issues. Time would put out all these things. Eventually, we'll get to know who is. So you stand by the fact that 55 million wasn't. Give time. Let's give ourselves time. I think I took time. If you really want to know my side, go and listen to my conversation on Asempa. And since Asempa, I haven't said anything anyway. I'm not doing that. As for all the sensations, those ones, the only one that pains me is the one that said I have 3 wives. And I know I can't find them. If at least I could find them, will help. You understand? That's the only thing that pained me. But Otherwise, I think that we should.
I mean, somebody probably said they can pimp you.
We should let.
On that subject, though, recently, there's also reports that your accounts have been frozen. True?
Ask EOCO. Ask those who said it. I have nothing to say to them.
And there was this. I've seen today another flyer that says that in all accounts you had 30,000 cedis in it.
Ask them. I have nothing to say. Give time some time. I have nothing to say.
Have your accounts been frozen?
Ask them. I have nothing to say.
The list that was published has having been frozen, apart from the 5 accounts that I saw in the list, they also claim 7-bedroom residential, 2-bedroom residential property at Spintest, 7-bedroom residential property at Latte, residential apartment at Jirgana, approximately 15 acres of land Latte.
I saw, even today, I saw one that said there's a stolen car and all those things. It's okay. It's all fine. I'm a politician. I'm in a public space. When an issue like this come up, you should expect people to throw a manner of things. I have nothing to say. Let's allow time to deal with it.
But you dispute those?
I have nothing to say.
Okay.
Let's give ourselves time. Evans, 23 years of experience in my short life is enough for me to know what to do at what time.
You know, when I saw it, I was like, hey, miracles. You got money, pal, like that way, you know.
They just go make my house witches go come after me for nothing. Babo could give you some time.
But so your lawyers tell you what? Don't speak about it anymore.
My lawyers don't even have to tell me. I'm very sensible enough to know when to speak and when not to speak.
I mean, you've been served formally about these.
I don't know.
You haven't been served.
I don't know. Go and ask who you have to ask. Why are you asking me?
No, but you are the man who is affected.
I have nothing to say to it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've spent enough time on one show. Fortunately, it was on your own platform.
Yeah, my sister station.
It's enough. Go and listen to it if you want to know what I have to say.
But I mean, when you were speaking to my colleague, this one about accounts was not in the public domain, being frozen. This, I believe, was in the last 48 hours that this happened. And I'm asking you whether these reports are factual, that your accounts are relating to these are being frozen.
I have nothing to say.
Okay. As you say, you plead the fifth.
Yes.
Which is entitled to do. But in the wake of all these allegations against you, how does this affect your chances? So far, by the way, has this served to, many look at this and say, for some reason, this has rather turned out to be a positive.
There's nothing
in the campaign.
There's nothing positive.
Because we saw people obviously mass up. I saw you thanking them before EOCO.
I have nothing to say related to EOCO or any other thing. What I know is that I possess...
How has it affected your campaign?
I know that I possess superior qualities that would help my party going into the 2028 elections. And it's not something that I have built myself. It's something that the party itself has given me opportunity over the years to grow and build it. So it's the party that has built me into this. That's why you'd realize that a lot of the hashtags you see, built to lead, ready to win. I have been built as I am right now, as you say it, by the MPP in the form and shape that I am right now. And so it's just me being ready to serve my party after years of my party molding me and preparing me for this moment. So it has nothing to do with any other issue. It has everything to do with MPP and how many years they've taken in building.
But you can't dismiss all this that has happened in the last 1 month or so on your ambitions. Can you? Maybe it has an impact on the way people see you, on the way the party sort of rallies around you.
Give time, time. You know, I've read a lot of books. I followed a lot of very deep men. Let me tell you, the one person that gives me inspiration and drive to move every day is Honorable Damboche. And you know him.
Yeah.
So if you know Honorable Damboche, you know that I'm not reckless. I cannot be reckless. That alone should give you an indication. I am telling you that nothing else is impacting me as we speak, other than years of molding and growth and development by the MPP. That is all, nothing else. What has molded me to what I am today, what is impacting me today, is the MPP. I was a polling station, I was a constituency youth organizer when the MPP made me a municipal chief executive. Then I became a presidential staffer. Then I became the communications director of the party. It's the MPP that has impacted me, nothing else. years of slow development, years of training by the party. That is what has impacted me. Nothing else. So any other thing you are saying, I have no idea about that. That is your observation. But I can tell you that the MPP has molded me well. The people that I've learned from have taught me well, and I'm ready to bring that to bear to my party.
You mentioned when you launched your campaign that your objective, you're confident that the party comes to power in 2028. And obviously you believe you have what it takes to help the party get there. I have seen others who question that. They actually point to 2024 and make the point that when you were, communications lead for Bawumia, the management of the communications campaign at the time left a lot to be desired. In fact, there were suggestions that in terms of dealing with the communication structure across the country, it was lacking. In fact, you had actually addressed one of them, the former direct communications director, who had publicly made some allegations against you on that. What for you from the 2024 elections in terms of the outcome strengthens your hand going into this particular elections, the internal elections in 2024, in terms of the key lessons? Looking at some of the accusations about where the MPP lost was in the communications architecture. And Miracles is always singled out because, of course, your name was prominent as a key pillar in that failure. So did you accept those criticisms?
Yes. I mean, I was at the forefront of it. And so if it doesn't go well, I cannot deflect the blame. I take it. But I also give the party the assurance that I have drawn lessons from that failure. And that makes me special. It means that the things that we're able to do right, I know them. And so we'll hold on to them and protect them. Then the things that we couldn't do right, I know them. Then we can improve upon that, and then we can have a full picture. That is what makes me very unique. So I accept it. I agree.
I mean, when Adomako Baafi made the point about communications budget and the Miracles was not properly managed, you saying that you accept that?
Well, of course. I mean, that one, the campaign came to disprove that. A communications director doesn't handle money. A communications director doesn't manage money. In a campaign, there's a campaign finance team. They handle money. As a comms director, I don't touch money. I don't see money. I don't handle money. It's a campaign finance team that handles that. So that has already been dealt with. I mean, those are, and again, these are post-elections, when you win, when you lose, and people are angry, people are sad, they throw all these things in. It's okay. But a comms director, if you know the role of the comms director, you know that you don't handle money. You don't. So that one, just throw it away.
Yes. Now, I like the answer because, you see, Lawyer Bernard made you cancel no. And anytime I make us go hear video, so go hem krofu di na temo video na say. That's the lesson Dennis have learned. Okay, later na IMCC ne the buy after Dennis spoke. No? So when you speak, you also force other people to speak. And there'll be a lot of things thrown in the public. Unfortunately, you're in opposition. You don't have the communication access like a government has. Because Kuruma, Sikai Bibia, power, access, that's our society. It's a power-oriented society. When you read the Hofstede theory, that is how Ghana is. So if you have cognizance of that, there are some things what until they charge and process you, and you know exactly what they are charging you with, because you don't know what EOCO has. In fact, when the IMCC spoke, EOCO said 55. They took it to 102 or 120. The former baby another is here, Jumana and Huabasam. When they spoke on us, some troll letter. So all these things are why me you go see to me and say, okay, so on Kasa, a boy or no Dennis. Yes, that's the honest truth. That's the truth. Now, I've also noticed that people are saying, I'm one of them, we should prosecute. Because you see, I'm worried people say, oh, 5, maybe you just want 3 account. Because okay, university 2014, a car bank very registered 20 CDs, so they don't know. Kimi car bank, I'm a deal. And then I'm Unibank. because of national service na GE switch our bank we Unibank ebe convert CB Njomusu account but in the last 6 years the bank are bankrupt is Access Bank patriotic until the mere having of multiple account doesn't infer criminality. The most important question is what is in the account. Having multiple accounts it doesn't show anything. There are people who have 10-20 accounts who can have only 30 cedis. Credit the bank and charges are so much. So what I say. So just having multiple bank accounts doesn't mean anything. It is what is in the bank account and how those monies in the bank got to the bank account. That is the most important question. As to having multiple accounts in the as to having multiple houses and you may go for the document and you may look at the document and maybe the person's name on it, but it's not for him. So it is the how. So you just don't say we cry, be drive care beer. Well, go we are there. Oh, you go here. Unya can say, oh, and any you oh, you cromfo. It is the how. It is the how. And you know me, I think that's brilliant. Now, what I also say finally is that on Adomako Baafi, you know, yes, I heard Anakomia speak on the matters and everything, but that comes back to integrity because people hold to that thing. Because we're internal, and yet Eugene make allegation, you know. And NDC nibi e wa hunipa. That is why I always say me o ran any ma name nyina munya careful na say me catch them ade bia na ekoso edu be na obi esuro so dey property beko. Those are the things we learn. It's not many agisi akire many agisi no. Even in your private they me kind say ipa na na deal no with deputy person na obi so nim bibia no one day bibi beba ono do beko. What I say. So all these things are things that we need to learn. But me the be catch base we media but I'm surprised at how people immediately jump onto the media. Somebody can say Hana mo was I don't know. Do I practice media? Do I do that make us man am cover bay. What kasan kwan they are this am read so you report it. So first we decided to speak. We also report the news for you and help you spread your tentacles. Because so person kasa. Into what he did in my view, it's good. Account there was the antecessor 5.2. EOCO na 55. IMC no say around 102. Me just say to me any counter evidence. Ya mo kan na me report. Ti court to there. Say na me kan. EOCO we na so the be court. We will know what exactly is in those 5 accounts. How did he acquire those properties? What exactly is the money in contention? Why is EOCO saying these monies are in contention? How did these monies become financial loss to the state? How the Dennis profited? How the Dennis award the contract? Then we all know. Until then, Obeka akusini amiyama. Say you could do beko quarter on the beko court. So what will be the use of those talk? What can be the that? Men can't say kasa. What can be the that? Person here have been advised to and any good lawyer will advise you. Shut up. That is why even the police are chill crowd. We do Miranda right to chill. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. There's a reason why that thing is there. Maybe view, no. I don't know what to make of it. I think that all that I've said is my belief, is what I believe in. What do you also believe in? Do you think that he was evasive? Do you think that it was apt for him not to speak? Why not? It's a democracy. Feel free, share that view in the comment section. Who we are. Now I subscribe, man. What subscribe now? Click the bell notification. The video be to my home. Now it's my show. Be best show. So be show. See you, dear mommy. Me here. Oh my God, and see here. Bye bye.